Good evening, everybody. I think I'm going to call this one Power Tools Are a Godsend. This is Sunday, the 10th. No, sorry, I'm talking out on my bottom again. Sunday, the 9th of December 2018. Now, I've been down the plots today for just 3 hours, and in those 3 hours, I've managed to get loads done because I cracked on. And I helped Pat as well today, the allotment secretary, who you will be seeing briefly in this video. She's lovely, Pat, a lovely person. Even though she's from St Helens, she's managed to. She was excommunicated, obviously before she came to Wigan, and now she's a good Christian lady. So she's moved over to Wigan. She's no longer with the heathens in St Helens, and she's thrived on it. She's thrived on that fresh air and you know, good living in Wigan. So you'll see a bit of her tonight. What you will be seeing in the video that's coming up is I'm sorting out some of the paths, and I'm also putting in a very long pea bed, a legume bed. Hey up, Mrs. Farmer's here.
Oh God, he's filming again.
So you'll see that tonight, and you'll see a little sleepy Bradley just now coming in.
Are you filming the amazing thing that you've put tea on?
Yeah, I put tea on.
My word.
You'll be surprised. Well, you are surprised, aren't you?
Is it Christmas Day? What's going on?
Where's my tooth, by the way?
In the front room, where you've left?
In the front room, alright. So yeah, that's what you'll be seeing in this upcoming episode. Mrs. Farmer's back, and she's been. Where have you been?
My mum's.
Mum's.
And Moses Gate.
And Moses Gate, Country Park.
Oh.
So yeah, we'll catch you in a bit. Little baby's sleeping. Oh. All right. See you in a bit then. Ta-ra. So the hedges want trimming. I'm going to see if I can get hold of the petrol trimmer, hedge trimmer, and sort these out. We'll do a bit more tidying up as well this morning. Find another home for that earth that we dug out from where the cherry tree's gone. A couple of buckets worth there, near enough. Looks a bit clayey though, that. And stony and bricky. So we'll see what we can do with that. The onions and garlic are coming on nice. Look at these here. The pink Germador and the Casablanca. The standard onions at the end there, store on. And the ones are planted a couple of weeks later, they're starting off as well now. They've been in about 2 weeks. So yeah, and I'm going to cover that horse poo up with the compost. I'll let the worms come through and mingle it together over the next 2 or 3 months. So that's the plan for today, and maybe even raise up the sides on this with some of that long timber, because I'm still thinking that the greenhouse is going to go here, although I don't know. I've not made that firm decision yet. I need to get on with that actually and think about that. But yeah, I'm going to be tidying up all the mess as well today. So that's the plan. Okie dokie, see you in a bit. So yeah, the hedge has had a haircut. Trimmed it all back, and on Mick's side as well. In fact, Mick, I've done it all the way around, mate. I've done all the lot. So we're all trimmed back, and that increases your pathways. It increases your actual growing area as well if you keep these back. But we want to keep them. These are about 2 feet wide, 2 feet by about 5 feet high. And they do act as a windbreak, so we don't want to take them out altogether. just keep them in trim. It's a bit of a pain keeping them in trim. There's always one little bit that pops up, one little stick that pops up once you've done, and that's him gone. So yeah, hedge is trimmed. These are a godsend, these. Just bear with us a minute. So yeah, that's the petrol hedge trimmer, and once you get them going, they're ace. You just got to keep them going so they don't cut out, because then you're pumping it again, you know, getting it fired up again, and it's a bit of a pain. But once they are going, and I mean, it's just took me 20 minutes to do all of that. It would have took me all day with a pair of garden shears, and I'd have been cursing all the way through it. But that's about 20 minutes straight through it, no problem at all. And we've cut, because we haven't managed to get mixed side done. I think we only did it once this year, or you only managed to get it done once this year. There was a lot to shave off, if you like. You got all that there, mounds of it, so we'll have to clear that away in the week. Might shred that up actually, see if we can get the shredder on the go. Shred it up and use it as some sort of like garden path mulch. Don't know. Pity to waste it, isn't it? There's loads of it. But as you can see now, it's 2 feet wide, whereas before it was about, altogether it was about 3.5, 4 feet wide. It was touching the poly greenhouse there, coming out. So that's all been cut back, making it neater. Not really, really neat, but it'll do for now. Okay, I'm going to help Pat now. Pat wants us to do a couple of jobs with her, so I'll see you in a bit. Right, so I'm looking at this former pea bed here. This goes on to the yin yang, or the continuation of the yin. Now, those of you that are new to the Little Farmer's Farm might not know this, but what myself and Magical Michael are doing next door is we're sort of sharing the 3 plots that we've got. Yeah, just hang on a minute, love. Here's Pat. Yeah, so that was the lovely Patricia. She's the allotment secretary, Pat, so she's a really nice lady. She's gone getting us a form to fill out, because I'm applying for another plot. So as I was saying, yeah, so we've got the yin yang, so we've got the half of this and half of that, and mixed. Well, it's all mixed, this, everything on this side's mixed. That polytunnel that we did up, me and him, that's all mixed. Everything on this side is actually mixed plot, the double plot. But he's let us have half of this one to work, because he works away a lot, Mick, so it's hard for him to get everything sorted out on his chart. And it's the same for me, really, but we help each other out as best as we can, like, you know. So it's this section and this section is the yin, and then you've got the yang. So it's in the yin-yang shape. So if ever you see the signs on the thumbnails for the shows and it's got the yin-yang sign, it tends to be me and Mick on those ones, having a laugh and talking about what we're doing and getting on with stuff. It's usually got the yin-yang sign on it. And there is a playlist that I've got set up called Yin-Yang Farming. And that's all that, everything on that one is all me and Mick, if you like, doing our bits together as a little team. So that's, like I say, I'm thinking about this and moving this then over to here, because there's a stone path going in here. These blackcurrant bushes that you can see down this section is where the stone path is going. It's going there between the two, and I want to have this, where I've just trimmed back to the edge of these bushes, just trimmed back as a doorway then into where one of those is going, which is going to be a covered netted hoop house, a big one, a hoop house rather than just a hooped raised bed or whatever. That's all going to be kind of mirroring what Mick's got on that side. So that'll start here in line with that. That'll be one of the base beds, this one, for this side,
and then the other one will be there. Perhaps not quite as big as Mick's on that side, although I don't know if it'll fit in, we'll have it in. But the idea is that that's going to, and Mick's got permission for it, that's going to mirror that. So we can have the aesthetically pleasing look, with the central path down the middle, the two covered hoop houses either side of it. And then the doorway for that, rather than it being off the path, it'll be here. So the doorway will go straight in from here. Yeah, so it's directly opposite that. So as I say, the stone path's going in here, and then it's going to go there like that. Alright. So yeah, I think we should be taking that out. And I think we should do that today. And I might well, if I get the chance, take it from there and put it there now, today. Let's do it! So it's just gone 10 o'clock now, and I had started to dismantle that and take the sort of back supports out, and I have done. I've took them out, they're here. The lady farmer's turned up and she said to us, why don't we just leave it in that and have it as a flower bed? And she suggested, which I think is a good suggestion, that if you can see the width of this path here between these two, and then you get to that bit there, and it's only about like 10 inches, she suggested that we narrow that down. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry about that. Narrow that bed so that it's all this sort of 20-inch width going down there. Have a path there that brings us up to here and goes on to where the hoop house is going to be, and then the stone path's going to be down there, but leave that as a flower bed and have nice flowers in it, continuing that on to where it goes to that that double little raised bed down there. And then on this side have your peas down here, have it's a sort of a 14-foot pea bed there, and then this is your path in the middle. And I think that's not a bad idea. I think that's a pretty good idea actually, so that's what we're going to do. So it will necessitate me using some of that wood, but I'm only going to be using 2 lengths of that long decking timber to create that. So let's crack on with that then, eh? Okay, so these are 2 of the 16-foot lengths, or roughly 16 foot. One of them's about 14 foot 9 and the other one's around 16 foot, but it's got an angle cut out at the end of it. So what we're going to do with these ones is get them to be 14 feet in length and about 1 foot wide, or maybe even just about 10 inches or something like that wide, which equates to 25 centimetres to 30 centimetres in width, something like that, if you want to use the Continental. They'll be doing the Continental. Right, alright, so here we are, up to 14 feet in length is where I've made my score, because I've not got a Sharpie with me today. And what I'm going to do is cut them end sections off as well, and that'll be the width of them. So let's check how wide they're going to be. So yeah, hope you can see that it's around 16 inches. So it's going to be 16 inches by 14 feet this. So it's a long pea bed that we're making. And I'm supposing that like 8 inches aside, if I put a central support down it, or something like that, or a teepee, you could get a plant either side of the centre and have two runs of peas going up both sides of that. And I reckon you'd get, bloody hell, in that length of bed, you'd probably get about 100 pea plants, something like that. So we should have some peas off them, shouldn't we? Yeah, nice one. So these are our staves that we're going to piece it together with, 1 at each corner. So we'll need 4 stave segments or sections for that. And then in the middle, I want to use another. I've got to use another. How many did I say? I needed 16 altogether. So I'll need another 12, 6 aside, to go down the middles, so as it's all braced up and staved up when I put it in. But we're going to do the corners first. So I'll need one of those chopping into 4. Now these are 30, just over 35 inches in length, as you can see there. So if I say 8 3/4 inches, it shouldn't be too far off. You might have one that's a little bit longer in the end, but that should be fine. That should be sufficient, shouldn't it? And out of that we'll get 16 out of those 4 lengths of 2 by 2. So I'll crack on with that. Yep, so they're all marked out and looking pretty. The next stage, I think, we'll de-nail the long lengths before we do the end cuts on them. So I'll take all of these little nails out of them, and to do that I'm just going to knock them with the hammer to and fro until they snap. I'm going to try and get the ones out on the end here so that they don't disturb the screws. There's that one on the end there, those 3, which I will try and knock out altogether, and that should be better then for when we're putting the actual posts in, and we're screwing them all up. But these are the end sections that I'm going to cut out, and as I say, they're just almost 16 inches in length, so it'll be almost 16 inches by 14 foot. Sunday check. These are a godsend, absolute godsend. Maybe Jesus made that. Without that, it would take you ages to do a job like this. With that, in fact, I built this. I built the tiki hut with a normal straight saw, a jigsaw, and 2, actually 3 drills, because I wanted them all charged up so I could carry on. 1 drill was for doing the pilot holes for the screws, and the other one was for the actual screwing itself. And I did all of that with a Makita drill, Makita jigsaw, a straight saw, and 2 other like cheapo drills, a Black & Decker one and a Ryobi. They're brilliant, godsend. Battery operated power tools, fantastic. And there's our pile of staves, and I'm just about to do the final push with a marked off there at the end. So I've de-nailed them, managed to get the nails out. What you do need to do is, once you've finished a job like this, because people use this for going up and down with the wheelbarrows, you don't want to be popping people's tyres, because you'll be very unpopular then. So you have to go around afterwards and you have to pick up all the little nails that you've knocked off. So I knocked all them nails off, and I knocked them nails out at the ends, so they don't interfere with where the screws are going to be going. Okay, so I'll cut them off now. So there we go, we're going to get them ends on. So there's 2 at each end. There'll be another 2 going there, and then we'll show you how you flip them round and join them up. But doing it that way, you make sure that your width is correct, and your length will be correct as well. So it will be 14 foot plus an inch for the width of the pieces. But it will be 16 or just shy of 16, because we measured them, didn't we? It'll be 14 inches worth of soil. Okay. Yep, a couple of screws each side now. Finishes in. And that's it, in. And it falls just right. That's where it ends, and that's where the new hoop house is going to be, down here, and it'll just miss it, but it'll run from the pathway to there, which is looking alright, isn't it? Run straight with that, run straight really with the end of that bed, which is a happy little thing to do. So yeah, we're going to be having beds running that way. That's going to be a big sort of rooty style bed, this one. So that's going to be raised as well for potatoes and whatnot. And yeah, that's where the path's going to go. Now I've measured the width of the path, and the paving stones are 2 feet in width, and that gap there that you can see is 25 inches. So we've got a little bit of play between the end of that. I'm going to slot the first paving stone in there, and then we're going to run them up from there, from here, all the way up to where the hedge is, and that'll be us, and that'll take about six flags, that. So it's cool, isn't it? That's going to be for the flowers. That's going to be flower bed. I'll have to replace that wonky winky one there, because that's not as aesthetically pleasing as I'd like it to be. So that's going to be replaced. So flowers are going to go in there. The peas will be in here. The legumes, peas and beans. Might have sweet peas or something in there. It's an idea, isn't it? But now the next job is going to be shortening that bed. So we'll get on with that now, hey? Yeah, so it's all done and dusty. I've chopped off the soil in that bed, cleared out 2 of the kale plants, which we're going to eat tonight. Eat the leaves off them tonight. That path's done. It's been widened, broadened, done, backfilled. Derek's just on his way off now, at the side here down the lane. I brought some. There wasn't much of the wood chip left, so I used this red cedar stuff that I found up in the poly greenhouse up there underneath one of the benches. I had a bag of it, the Verve stuff. So I thought, right, I'll have that. I'll use that, which I have done. We've even got a little bench, as you can see there. That's it, on my little bench. And look, I can sit here and wave at Mick over there. Alright, Mick. Yeah, sound good. Top banana. So yeah, it's all in. That is in, obviously, which is the new pea bean bed. And it's all been sorted. It's just nearly 12 o'clock now, midday, and you know what I mean. Using that petrol strimmer, hedge clipper, did that in no time. Took about 20 minutes, both sides, and I've done Mick's side as well. Done the top there, levelled off at the top. They're a godsend. Power tools are a godsend. They really are. To modern man. We had to work back in the day, didn't we? Do work. So yeah, I've not had a chance to clear everything up, as you can see. The plot inspectors will be getting on at me. There's the cherry tree. That cherry tree's looking alright, isn't it? No one would ever know, would they? That it just went in yesterday. Looking alright, that. But yeah, so next weekend is going to be a big tidy up, I think. Get it all sorted out. That red cedar looks a bit of a contrast, doesn't it, to this stuff, the free stuff. Magical Mick's going to come down in the week. He'll be back in the week and do some tidying up on this side. But I've got to get stuck into this side next Saturday.
Yeah. So we got plenty done. Little Bradley's so tired. He's been a very busy boy today. He got scratched by one of Nana's cats because he was pulling its tail. He's got cats. Got 2 cats. Mummy Farmer got scratched and Bradley got scratched by him. They're usually nice cats, but they don't like. No cat likes its tail being yanked. It's not a very good thing for a cat. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this latest episode. Next week, it got cut off, as you could tell at the end that it was cut off because the memory in the memory card went. I also filmed about another 15 minutes worth, or I thought I had, and then when I've come to edit it, you can't open it for some reason. So I've had to delete it. There's no way. I tried going online and everything. But the memory card had gone, and I think that was part of it. Although I'm not sure. You'd not miss much. Just miss me rabbiting about how great I am, which you hear every week and every episode, don't you? But so yeah, the path is in. I've widened, broad. It was that bit actually where I was broadening that path, showing you how to do that and redistribute the soil and things. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. You cut the ends off and shorten it, and shorten that bed. It ended up as 22 inches wide. Excuse me. That was a butty I had at dinner. Sorry about that. So yeah, we widened the pathway, shortened one of the beds, put the little bench in. The pea bed is in. Next week we will be tidying up all of that plot because I want to make sure that we're keeping it looking neat and tidy. It's difficult to keep on top of it. You get waylaid with other things. You'll know as growers, you get waylaid with all sorts of things. You never get bored on an allotment plot. There's always something to do. But keeping on top of the neat, tidy, weed-free situation is hard. So any area of ground coverage that we've got that isn't growing anything is going to get weed membrane put on top of it, and perhaps cardboard boxes. But I have topped off a couple of beds with the soil that we've sort of reclaimed from the shifting that we've done today. And we're going to keep on doing that. We're going to keep amending the soil. We're going to keep making it better. Amendment is like making it better, really. And so that's what we're going to continue to do. So I'll just finish up with the putting together of this video and sending it up for you to watch tonight. It's quite a long one tonight. I would imagine it's going to be about 20 odd minutes, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you continue to enjoy. If you like what we're doing, please comment, like, subscribe. If you've not rung our bell already, ring the bell, because there's 2 a week, 2 piece, not the other, 2 a week that we're going to be putting up, at least. Probably Saturday, Sunday through the winter months, and maybe a Wednesday one. But also, if you get the chance, join in with the Friday chat with Richard and Paul, because they're very good and funny. And also look out for Liz, Zorab and Erica from Erica's Little Bunch Garden. Liz Zorab is Liz Zorab. It's Alzheimer's, I'm sure. I'll put the links below. Also, Kelly from Kelly's Kitchen Garden. I can always remember Kelly's Kitchen Garden. Dead easy, rolls off the tongue. But then you've got Alternative Homestead. Alternative Homestead. Dead air now, isn't it? Because I want to call her Jessica, but it's not. Jasmine. The beautiful and wonderful blue-haired Jasmine. And her little daughter, Rue. Not Guru, but just Rue. So yeah, keep on with that. There's loads of other people. I'll keep on mentioning you, keep on mentioning me. Let's spread our channels. Let's make everybody get involved, and let's grow our own stuff. We're going to be doing stuff with the schools in a bit. This next school year after Christmas, we're going to be trying to get things sorted out down at James's school. And getting some projects off the ground down there, some growing projects, so that the kids can understand how flowers grow and how vegetables grow, and do it themselves, and eat what they're growing. Okay, so that's the plan anyway, but it's all coming up. So we'll see you next time, and stay lucky, be first, and keep on growing with your head down. Bye bye.